Shop update. It's goddamn hot out. See that fat kitty laying on a cold cement floor? That's because it's so goddamn hot out, it's kind of hazy. It is 36 degrees out in our temperature, which in your temperature probably is like, I don't know, 95? What's 36 in 65? It is, yeah, a little over 90 anyways. Oh yeah, look at this. So here, let me take a, get away, fatty cakes. Oh, fingers. So here's the next project coming in. 1966 Chev C10, half ton. Chev, GMC? I don't know. I think it's it's a Chev. It's a fat kitty again. Yeah, this guy, he came from a few hours south of me, a little over 2 hours, give or take, I think. Brought it up here for me to do stuff to. This truck is an original panel truck. Some of the panels have fared better than others. These panels haven't fared very well. And actually, by the looks of the on both of those panels, those are previous repairs. The owner of said C10 has owned this truck since he was 13. And he ain't 20. He's got white hair. He's older than I am. So he's owned this truck a hell of a long time. He had the truck painted this color in 1988. He had it painted this lovely, lovely red, which is probably the hot ticket back then. It's like, can you see the sparkles in it? Can't really see it, but yeah, it's a metallic red. It's kind of funny, people. You know, he's really concerned about saving his truck and the originality, and he wants the truck that he's had the whole time. I mean, everybody says they want to keep all this originality. But you see them silver stripes? Well, that's not pinstripe. See what's missing there? And then that hole in it up there. So you used to be able to fit a lot more in the back of this truck. Now you can fit a lot less. To me, that just kills a lot of the originality of what you had. But I don't argue with people. I don't really give a shit. You bring it to me and I'll do stuff. You can stand here and tell me how much you love the old truck and you want to keep it just the same as it was. You might even want it the same color. Well, it's not the same as it was anymore, is it? So it's got this option, which leads to that option. They went through a lot of work to do that. Actually, the owner cut the roof off himself. Then he has another truck and he brought me a roof off of another truck. But it's really is a really good truck. I mean, those are the original doors on this truck. That's just a little bit of, that's carpet glue. But yeah, that's the original doors on this truck. Cab corners, rockers. Here, watch this. See what I'm saying? I think I'm gonna do my best. Oh, it is bitched up down there, I thought so. I was really hoping I could cut these weather strips out and stick them back in again, but I don't think so. There's the inner roof. I'll be doing that. That's my steering wheel. Isn't that sweet? Cherry pie, that's what we got there. Damn, hey. Not sure what color, maybe charcoal gray he's thinking. I don't know. He wanted to go this original red, but I mean, the truck is originally, when he got the truck, it was green. So, yeah, I'm not sure. Don't know for sure what color we're going yet. We're putting new fenders on it. He wants to put some trim on the sides. It's going to go down a little bit. And then to maintain the originality of the truck, it is going to get a 5.3 liter LS and an overdrive transmission and stuff. You know, because that's, you want to keep the thing as close to stock as possible, right? But yeah, so that's a new thing. So that's here. In other news, look at that guy. I have been working on Monsieur Firebird. I pulled all the dash part. You might have seen that. I pulled the gauges all apart. This thing has rally gauges, so it's got oil pressure and temperature and everything in there and then that. Took them all apart. I polished the plastics. I repainted the silver rings around it. Cleaned everybody up. Went through it with a meter, tested for continuity on the circuit boards and all that stuff to make sure that at least the circuit board, the plastic paper with the cup and all the thingamafuzz, it all still connects and works. So as long as the gauges, the plug, and everything else that plugs into the back of that. As long as it does the things with the stuff, then the gauges should do the stuff with the things. So anyways, yeah, I've done that. There's a new heater core in there. You know, it's kind of funny that old Scramazon says that heater core won't work because those tubes aren't bent right. Those tubes are bent damn near exactly the same as those tubes on that heater core on the floor. So why wouldn't you buy it? It's like $60 for a brand new heater core for this off of Scramazon, and anywhere else it's 3 times as much. I've started doing stuff. So I like to use this stuff on firewalls, and I'm going to put it on the roof as well on account of the insulation properties. So I've started doing it because I went through the heater box. You can't really see it, but the heater's hanging back in there again. Got all the doors dooring and all the cables cabling, and remounted the controls in there. I have painted the dash. I have gone through the original wiring harness, and the wires are all still nice and soft. The connections are all good. The plugs are all good. So once I get an engine harness, I can put power to this thing and start going through the factory harness in there and making sure that everybody's, which I think is gonna. And I've started doing the firewall and stuff in there and behind the heater and working my way down the floor. And then, like I said, I'll do the roof in this stuff. I got a roll of this stuff, and then I got some of this stuff that I'm going to use. It's not. So this stuff is a really dense foam. It's not tar paper shit, because I'm not really concerned with noise. To me, the Dynamat, Kilomat, Kitty Mat, whatever kind of mat you want to talk about, all that shit does is it adds weight to the panels. It's just tar paper that adds weight to make them thud more. If that makes sense to you, that's what they do. They make it so that when you knock on panels, it goes thud, 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 not kang, kang, kang. But I'm not concerned with the kang, kang, kang. I'm more worried about heat transfer and stuff. So this stuff is supposed to give you both. A little better heat resistance, because that Dynamat and shit, the tar paper, well, what happens when you heat tar up? It gets hot, right? So it just, to me, that shit's still going to transfer, whereas this heavy foam won't transfer as much, and you won't get as much sound deadening from this stuff, but you will get a little more insulation. So I would say if you're looking for the best of both worlds, you would probably do both. If I want to do an ultimate thing, I would put the Dynamat down inside the doors and on the floors, and I wouldn't bother with the roof. And then I would put this insulating stuff over top of the Dynamat stuff, because I don't believe the Dynamat stuff gives you as much heat insulation as fabled. So that's a little update on this. I'm making progress. And actually, one more big progression on this. I will show you in just a half a second. It is a half a second later, and that is the 400 Pontiac. There's a new gas tank. There's a bunch of stuff. There is a 4-speed transmission, shitty old radiator. There's an aluminum Pontiac bell housing. Apparently that's a new clutch and everything that's already been put on here. So in the effort to maintain the car that Dad had, apparently Dad put this distributor in it, the old flamethrower thing, I guess. I don't know. Still got the iron intake on it. And Dad put, it's kind of dark down there, and I'm not getting a better light. So there, stick it. Dad put a spread bore Holly on it that is actually a quadrajet replacement, because it comes with that fuel inlet that would match up with the factory fuel line where a quadrajet would have been. I don't know how big that is. I'm guessing it's probably a 650 or 700 or something in that ballpark. Clutch fan, new motor, etc., etc. So that will be an update as well. I guess one thing that's going to change directions again is now he's thinking he might want power steering on this car. So there's going to be a lot involved to put power steering on this, I think. I don't know, because this is a big Pontiac, and it never had power steering on it before, but he might want power steering on it now. So if he does, I mean, that's a lot of stuff to do power steering. I wished he would have said power steering before I painted all this stuff. I mean, it's really dusty now, but a blower and a wipe and it's clean, but that guy is not power steering. That guy's going to be a pain in the ass, I guarantee it. But I guess I will look into kits and see if somebody makes a kit for a Pontiac that comes with, like, I mean, really, ultimately, we're going to need engine brackets, we're going to need a power steering pump, we're going to need lines to go to that rear box, we're going to need a new box. Is that going to be the same, all the rag joint and all that kind of shit? I mean, is everything, like, I'm going to need, if somebody makes a bolt-in kit for a 67, because everybody up here is still the factory 67 stuff, so that's what we're going to need. Actually, from this angle, it might not be too bad. It's probably going to be easier to change that with this bolted to the car to give some weight for some prying and smashing and banging and punching and the work that it's going to be to do that. But yeah, Christ, whatever. It's part of the job, right? You do what you got to do. So that will most likely depend on price. So if it winds up being $17,000 for a power steering upgrade, this thing might. I mean, he's a spry young fella. He can crank that steering wheel. His concern, though, is that Dad is going to drive this car a few more times as long as I get it done while Dad's still kicking. So he would like it for Dad to be able to just go like this with Mr. Steering Wheel to drive it. So we'll see what happens there. I got a stack of this stuff here, too. There's 4 boxes there. And inside of those 4 boxes... Can you see that? You can't even see that. Well, there's a pair of doors there and there's a pair of fenders there. They're going to go on a 71 GMC. There is a father and a daughter who lives not too far from me, and she wants a pink truck, so they found a pink truck, so we're going to build a pink truck, a pink 71 GMC. If you don't know that they made those, they made those. I think it was only the 1 year in 71 and only GMC, and they offered pink and they offered like a slime green, and I believe you could get purple as well. Specialty colors, there's no paint codes on the glove box SPID, just says specialty color on it. And those were all the, like I say, the pink, the green, and the purple trucks. So yeah, that's like a Friday afternoon update on what's going on here. Hey, Fatty Cakes? Fatty Cakes. Hey. Fatty Cakes. Listen to me when I'm talking to you, would you? What the hell is your problem? So, yeah, that's it. I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to take this truck here and I'm going to move it over here. That'll be a hoot. Especially with that power steering with no hoses and stuff on it. No motor or nothing in here. There's nothing. Whole lot of nothing going on there. Oh, it's 100 degrees out. That fat kitty will be back in minutes. I guarantee it. See ya.